Welcome to Man Talk 133, where men unite. Dog,
Hey, what's up, my
my
boy?
boy,
I hear you, man. Before you even get started, go ahead on, fella.
my boys,
Bro,
dog, it got me. The pollen got me, y'all. But look, I can still talk. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Hey, tonight again for next Friday. You know
that's
what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah,
MBR Radio, Military Broadcast Radio at 6 p.m. Eastern
yes, sir.
Standard Time. Talk about it. Not talk about it. Man Talk 133 with Shaw and Dara. Look behind us, you'll see it.
That's
Y'all
right.
tune in, check us out, man. So yeah, man, we this piling got me, but I'm
Yeah,
trying to work on it, y'all.
don't worry about it, dog. We gonna work through it. You know how we do.
Yeah, we got it, dog. So you remember some time back, dog, we talked about what do men really want.
Hmm.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So it's the ladies' turn. It's y'all turn. Guess
Uh-oh.
what? Yay, it's the ladies. What do women really want, dog?
I wonder what do they want. You got some notes over there,
I
man.
got some, I got some, I
What
got
they
some
really
stuff.
want.
All right, let me see. Women generally want men who are kind, respectful, reliable, and emotionally intelligent.
Hmm.
Specific qualities women tend to find attractive if kindness and empathy, showing compassion, understanding both verbally through actions is highly valued.
Hmm.
So
I still disagree.
there it is. Talk to him, Doc.
The good guys always come in last place. When the bad guys get through dogging them out, then they come looking for the good guys. I'm gonna just give it to them like they supposed to get it. You
Hey,
know what I'm
bro,
saying?
get to him.
They lying on that one, dog.
They
But
don't want,
we gonna. I guess we're gonna go back whatever the statistics say. But
say they don't
real
want
life,
it.
yeah, real life boots on the ground. We already know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, man. Um, you're making a good point. Sometimes women don't want that.
No.
Um, I would say the majority of them probably do,
Mhm. Yeah.
but the some of them they say they want it.
Mm-hmm.
Then when they get a good one to come by,
Mm-hmm.
they either don't want it,
Mm-hmm.
reject them, dog them out, whatever it is, and then then they take a dude that don't care
Mm-hmm.
and do whatever he want to them, and then I guess they love that. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, pretty much the person, most of the time the women run across guys like that, but pretty much, man, the person who cares the least in the
Yeah,
relationship runs the relationship.
pretty much,
You know what
pretty
I'm saying?
much.
And
Yeah.
then the women, they can get a guy all the credentials that you just named that they want.
Mm-hmm.
When they finally get that guy,
Mm-hmm.
the reason why they don't want him is because they don't want to relinquish that power. And what I mean by that, he the head, right?
Uh-huh.
They don't
Supposed to
want.
be.
Yeah, they don't want to relinquish that power. That's what it is. They can't stand up under the. They don't like to stay up under the structure
Uh-huh.
of a strong man. They want a strong man, but when they get one, they
Don't
don't.
want it.
They don't want him. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, women want respect. Mutual respect is
Mhm.
fundamental to a healthy relationship, and women feel they need their feelings and boundaries are respected. They want somebody, hey, bro, don't come here 2 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
smelling like cologne. I mean
Yeah.
perfume, and
Yeah. Yeah. I
don't
can
we ain't
agree with
doing
that.
all that. Dot.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't bring that in here. They want respect, dog. Integrity and trustworthiness, honesty and reliability
Hmm.
build trust and create a sense of security. Bro, don't be lying all the time. Basically, let's get to it, doc. Don't be lying, doc. You talking about you at work
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you check short. You want to blame everybody.
Right. Yeah. Now I can agree with all of the variables that you're talking about. Right. I agree with all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
I had to hit them in the head with that first one.
Oh
That
yeah,
that
for
first,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to hit them, let them know what the real deal is. But
They
all the
do.
variables that you are talking about,
Uh-huh.
You know, that's understandable. It's the same way with the guys too. You know, we don't want nobody just, they coming in all times of the night, and all this kind of stuff
Yeah.
like that too. Respect. You got to respect me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
you can't talk to can't talk to me any kind of way either, dog. You gotta respect your tone got to be right.
Right. That's
Your,
right.
your tone, you can't be look, hey, you better sit your can't do all that, dog.
One thing too, man. One thing too, man. It's all tied in together, man.
Mhm.
Like a lot of women though, man. They kind of, if you ask me, now this is my opinion.
Uh-huh.
A lot of women they are out to impress other women. We can tell them outside of men, because we married,
Yep.
our wives or
Yep.
whatever it is, right?
Hmm.
Right. But the one for the guys who looking, who the guys who want to marry their girl or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
The single women out here, they are doing things to impress other women. They're not listening at what the guys want.
Right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
guys want certain things and they don't want to abide by that, but they doing all this other stuff, to impress women. Like with the, I guess like I say, with the little lashes, whatever, all of the weed, stuff like that, or whatever it is, what it
Yeah.
is. But we don't care nothing about that.
Mm-mm.
They only other women do.
Men really want just y'all. You ain't got to do all that other extra
Right,
stuff. They just they want you. They want you. If
right.
you got to do all this, the words of wisdom. If you got to do all this extra stuff to get him to want you, he don't really want you.
Nah,
This is a fact. If you got to do
and
lashes and you got to do
yeah,
baby hair and all that, you when
yeah,
you 60 years old, you got gray baby hair. You got to do all it.
right.
They
And
don't want you, doc.
and
It's just
definitely
a
put
fact.
and definitely make sure you put on some clothes. You ain't got to go all out here, with the BBLs and with no clothes on.
Yeah.
We don't want our women, as men, to all the ladies, we don't want our women now. I'm gonna just be real with you now. When we see women out there like that, we'll look at them, because I mean, you ain't gonna walk with blinders on, right? You
Mhm.
gonna look at them and see like, okay, whatever. But hey, that ain't my woman, because my woman, our women ain't gonna be out there like that.
Nah, nah. And then I think it's women as a sign of you know
Validation.
disrespect when you do that. Like if you know
Okay.
you're gonna come out the house dressing
Right.
half naked, right?
Right.
Then I'm gonna leave that one alone. Now you
Yeah, I
know.
thought you. Yeah, I thought you was gonna come where they looking for validation when they do that.
No,
They
with
where they
that
look.
that too,
What
they
they looking
want
for?
they want somebody to just say something to
Right.
them, look at them. They want attention. Attention
Right.
seekers is basically what
Right.
they do
Right.
when they do
Validation,
that.
and a lot of times they want validation, like I said, from other women.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they talk
pretty
about
much.
them.
Yeah, because like I said, guys, man, real dudes ain't gonna want their women or their girl, wife, or whatever, wives or whatever coming outside the way some of
Nah,
them.
nah, they ain't happening. Nah, ain't
Right.
happening at all.
No.
Emotional availability and sensitivity, being available to express emotions and contact and connect emotionally with a partner is important for
Hmm.
intimacy and vulnerability. They got to again. You got to. I understand you grew up a certain way, but if you want to connect,
Hmm.
you can't have a hard exterior. You don't want to hear nothing, man. All that love stuff, man. I don't want.
Yeah.
They get to get ready to hug. They in the picture. They can't even put the arm around it like this with the mean mug.
Yeah.
That they want. They ain't gonna connect. Women want to the thug strong men out there, the ones that just don't feel like it don't matter.
Hmm.
They want a connection, emotional connection. That's what
Hmm.
they want. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They want to be able to feel like, hey, I can tell this dude something and he won't bring it up,
Hmm.
5 minutes later.
Right. Right.
Get 5 months, 5 minutes.
Right.
Some of these soft men now, 5 minutes, all it take. Get into
Man.
one argument.
Charmin, drugstore, cotton soft.
Boy, good
Yeah.
gosh almighty, y'all soft. They want a sense of humor, laughter, and shared enjoyment can create a positive and light-hearted atmosphere. Go on vacation, have a good time, laugh, laugh, joke. Go out to eat, laugh, joke. Don't go
Hmm.
out to eat, dog, and you mean mugging the waiter the whole time because you think you checking out your old lady, dog.
Right. Yeah.
She ain't gonna want to go back with you nowhere else. Hey, you want to go out to eat? Nah, I'm good.
Right.
Nah, I'm straight. Now we ain't we
Right.
ain't gonna do that.
That's just having confidence in yourself, as a
Yeah,
dude. You know
as
what
a
I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
man, if she wanted, if she decided that she wanted to go out with me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about the waiter that's waiting
Exactly.
on us. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even worried about him. We here. You
If
know what
you
I'm
got
saying?
that so low
Yeah.
a self esteem of yourself, dog,
Right.
you got some issues, but way more than just what we talking about. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to tell you what women want. If you
Right.
go out with them, say on a little date or whatever, if you do that, you got one time. It's a
Hmm.
wrap. She probably ain't gonna go back.
Right. And if you do go out with a female that's checking out the waiter or like whatever, what you was just saying, I mean, you already knew that she had signs, that she showed signs that she ain't for you no way.
Red flags everywhere. You overlooked them
Yeah,
because of
you
the little
just yeah.
shorts she had on
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What we
and the
just talked
baby
about a few
hair
minutes ago. Yeah. Baby hair,
and the
BBL,
lashes.
lashes, little short skirt. Yeah,
You overlooked all that, dog. She
Yeah,
telling you
he in love already.
already, dog. The eyelashes got him, dog. For real. All right, pro social behavior, being helpful, cooperative, and kind to others can signal good character and potential as a partner and family member. If she see you out, you helping somebody get some grocery out, the old lady put the grocery in the car, something like that, or
Hmm.
either just you come over, doc, you just playing with the kids.
Hmm.
She might be like, yeah, he might be all right.
Hmm.
Maybe you just still gotta wait and see, but that's what she looking for.
Right.
Because he still might have some craziness hooked in him somewhere, but that's what we look at. That's what women want. You know what I'm saying? Selflessness and generosity, being willing to put the partner's needs before their own is a sign of a caring and supportive individual.
Hmm.
Dot. If she's
Talk,
sick,
talk to him.
go get the soup, dog. Don't just go to
Man.
the store and get the soup, doc. She ain't a place where she needs you, doc. Hey, bro, I
Mhm.
told the homies this a can't miss at the club tonight. I got to,
Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel you on that one, boy. You know.
I
Yeah.
gotta, hey, I told the boys I got to be. She at the house throwing up all kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Hey, I understand. You'll be good for like 2 hours, right? We're just gonna hang out with you're a sorry Negro, doc.
Yeah,
Ladies,
that's why.
if he do that, when he get back, his stuff need to be packed and on the front porch
Hmm.
for sure. Confidence and leadership. While not everyone is looking for a strong leader, some level of confidence and decisiveness can can be attractive. Make a
Hmm.
decision, dog.
Hmm.
Where you gonna take her? Hey, where you want to go? Where you gonna take me? I'm
Exactly.
just saying, it depends on where you want to go.
Right.
Just make the decision, dog. Plan it out, bro. Because if
Yeah.
she see that, she already know when it come down to making bigger decisions,
Hmm.
you're gonna struggle. You're gonna be like, you're gonna pump fake,
Yeah.
and she gonna be like,
Can't put that trust in you there.
yeah, dog, you can't.
Like when you're trying to take care of like some major
Yeah,
bill
yeah.
or
Major
purchase.
decisions.
Yeah, stuff like that or whatever, purchases, whether it's home vehicle or whatever, you might not be included.
Yeah, yeah. And
You know.
men, it's okay to be a leader, but
Hmm.
don't be over the top leader where she ain't got no kind of say so on nothing.
Right.
Just how we're gonna stay in, just the car we're gonna drive, just where we're gonna eat. You can't do that. Excuse me, that's definitely a turn off.
Hmm. Yeah, just like you said, like you said, being a leader or whatever. It's just like what you said, like don't be over the top.
Yeah.
It's just like the social media thing, man. I heard so many guys be like used to complain. See, I just got on social media
Mm-hmm.
because
Me too. Because radio show.
because we had to do the radio show, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the requirements. So my wife been on social media forever,
Yep.
right? So she got friends, whatever, went to school with, whatever, that's fine.
Mhm.
Friend, girlfriends, male friend, whatever.
Yep.
I know some of them. I don't know some of them.
Yep.
She went to college with them, right? Me and her wasn't in college. So the reason what I'm getting at is like I've heard so many guys, man, be like, "Oh man, I'm on social media, man. This guy liking my girl page and all them." Like, bro, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let it get to that point. That's over the
Yeah.
top.
That's way
You know
over
what
the
I'm saying?
top.
That's over the top. Every time she put a picture up, she liking it and all that stuff like that. He liking her picture, and I'm like, bro, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's
That's
a
right.
that's a over the top deal. Like, that stuff shouldn't even phase you like that.
And that goes to the next one though. Maturity and emotional regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to manage one's emotions and
Mm-hmm.
make responsible decisions is important for a stable relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That immaturity,
Mm-hmm.
when why he liking your page? Well, you know him. Like I'm just saying, you act like it. I mean, who this dude is? You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah,
when
that's
she
over the
see
top.
that, she
Yeah.
already know it. Well, let me say it like this: she should know
Mm-hmm.
that if he see with a certain thing on, he
Mm-hmm.
gonna flip out. Oh no, you know you not wearing that. No, sir. You can go ahead right back up there and change because that ain't.
Right. Yeah, that can be a little bit over the top. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. And you got you and she's noticing this.
Mm-hmm.
She want emotional maturity and emotional regular. You got to be able to control it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because it may be a thing where y'all might be out and
Mm-hmm.
the waiter might look at her one too many times. But you
Mm-hmm.
got to be mature enough to be like, you know what? At least he looking at her.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Like, hey, I'm glad he is looking at
You
her.
ain't like,
Like, you don't want to be doing like this.
yeah, it's he
Like,
comes to the table, he looking at you the whole time, like, yeah, dog.
he be going back like, dang, man, I don't know where he got her from. Like, man, she look like she been hit with by a bag of nickels or
Yeah,
something.
boy, he
You know
going
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
back telling everybody like, yo, y'all ain't gonna believe this. We got a special guest out there. They're like who? Caesar from the Planet of the Apes.
Boy, you stupid. But that's
Everybody
facts
coming
though.
out there around the corner.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, dog, they gotta grow up, dog. They got
Yeah.
to grow up.
And that's
Physical,
human nature.
yeah,
That's
go ahead.
human nature. No, I'm saying before you go to the next one,
Yeah.
that's human nature. Like
Mm-hmm.
what I said earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
with the females, they like with the BBLs or whatever, even though that ain't our cup of tea, the guys
Yeah.
really their cup of tea or whatever, they gonna look at it.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's not to be too graphic, but a lot of times they really for the community anyway, but you know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
bros ain't gonna really
Yeah, you
grab
already
them
know
around the
because
arm.
of the way they carry themselves.
Yeah, they ain't gonna really grab them around the arms like that, right? Or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gonna look. Your woman is gonna look. Like I said, you ain't gonna just walk around with blinders on, like I can't look. That if you see somebody walking around looking like they need some help, hey, look here, write a sign, throw a sign or something, we'll
Yeah,
come rescue you or
you
something.
ain't lying, doc.
Cause some dudes do walk around with their female though. I've seen that too, like the female like she held hostage.
Yeah, I seen
You know
that
what I'm saying?
too. I mean, they
Yeah.
put cuffs on them. You can't
Yeah.
even
And then you ain't got to be like that though.
you that because there's a sign of immaturity and control and all kind of
Right.
issues that you got going on. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Physical attractiveness, um, while is not always top priority,
mm,
physical attraction can be a factor, and some women find a light beard appealing. I don't know why they put that in there, but
mhm,
I mean, you think about it like everybody got the individual preferences. Some people don't like beards, some people like big beards, some people like big dudes, little dude. It
mm,
just depends. But you gotta have something that
mhm.
because if you look like, one of the characters from that Lord of the Rings guy, if you look like him you got plenty of money, my precious guy, if you look like him, but you got money, once that money run out,
Yeah.
they gone. I'm
Yeah.
just being honest. You got to have some. just in case your money run low or you make a bad investment, and they'll be like, you know what, we can
Hmm.
build back.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to build this thing back. But if
Mhm.
you look like my precious guy, Doc, you
Boy, you killing me with that one.
you can definitely forget it, dog. It is a wrap. She's gonna be like, yeah, about that. We. It was good while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Yeah, I think we kind of, just, we just grew apart. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, dog. You
They
got
throw
to
that. Yeah, when they throw that on you, you know what I'm
you
saying?
you is a wrap. It ain't you, it's me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they won't. I'm gonna go for some of these real quick because I think we about to run out of time.
Okay.
They want confidence. They don't want them to be arrogant. They want them to be just, hey, carry yourself in a smooth way. You know what I'm saying? They want humor. Of course, we said that. Intelligence. They don't want nobody dumb as a sack of rocks. They want you to have some type of intelligence. Like, we talking.
Hmm.
And if I'm talking about, if I say the slightest little thing and you don't understand what I'm talking about,
Hmm.
oh Lord, I got the wrong one again, dog. The baby hair got him, bro. You
Yeah.
got to be able to communicate effectively. They want you to be able to, when you go out,
That's the key.
you're gonna be looking at the menu and you can't pronounce nothing on it. Hey, what you get? I'm gonna get the filet mignon. I'm gonna get what she get. He can't even pronounce it. What you get? Let me get the little chicken things out. The chicken tenders. And you point at it on the menu.
My boy said that. My boy said the filet mignon.
Yeah, you want the filet mignon.
Not,
Let me get.
not filet mignon,
Yeah, he want the filet.
but the filet mignon.
Let me get that. The filet
You looking
mignon.
at them
Like
like,
the little yellow guys.
yeah, you be looking at them like, what?
For real, Doc.
Filet minion. Like, okay, all right. You see where this going.
Yeah, for real, Doc.
Yeah.
He got to have some type of ambition and drive. He got to have some type of goals to work towards. That's attractive to them, and to
Mhm.
let him know he can be dependable. He want him to be self-sufficient, not always got to uh, rely on her to make. Hey,
Mhm.
so yeah. Can you make that doctor's appointment for me? I got to get my teeth clean. Can you call the dentist for me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or can you, all that all the time? She was like, look, now I got 4 babies. I
Yeah.
ain't
You
got,
sound. Yeah, I just say you sound like you helpless, dog. Like you got to have her do all your appointments and stuff like that.
I'm going to tell you right now, Doc, this one right here, I don't believe me personally. Now it could be,
Hmm.
but I think chivalry gone, Doc. I, some women find traditional acts of chivalry appealing.
Hmm.
Um, I I don't believe it still exists because I see a lot of men don't open the door for their women. They
No.
don't hold it for them. They
No.
walk in front of them. Just be straggling. I don't know if that
They
like
said
really exists like that no more, dog.
they just open the door, they walk in, let her catch the door
Yeah,
herself.
just push the door and hope she can make it through. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's crazy. You right though.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what your opinion is, but I don't really think it's
No, they
like
ain't
it
talk
used
like
to be.
yeah, they ain't talk like that. No, taught. They're not taught like that anymore.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Because one of the bros, like, I know we might be pushing for time on this show to get ready for the next show, but
Hmm.
the boys ain't talk like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, seem like the females, they should teach their sons like that, if they want to raise them, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of females are raising their sons now,
Yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And they raising them, but in return, this is what they getting.
That's exactly what they getting. They getting that, and they want all this stuff, but are they instilling it in their young men? Their boys, if they got them, or they women. Hey,
Hmm.
telling your daughter what to look for.
Hmm.
I mean, if he's relying on you to do everything, he ain't
Hmm.
self sufficient, bro.
Right.
Hey, can you do this application for him? Understand, he might have some type of challenges,
Hmm.
But bro, I gotta do everything. Now I got to do your stuff and mine. You can't wash your own clothes.
Some of them like that though.
Some
Like
of them do
some
like
of
it.
the women like that because they got that full control. They got that power then.
Yeah.
It's
Uh,
hard when it's one like that, boy. It's hard for them to relinquish that power.
boy, I'm gonna tell you right now. Whoever in that situation, boy, I
Yeah,
pray for y'all. 'Cause
yes, sir. We
that's a
pray for
that's
you.
a tough situation to be in. That
Yep.
for real. Approachability, being friendly and being friendly and easy to get along with can make a first impression possible. If you show up and you got an attitude off the jump, Doc,
Mm-hmm.
like you know what I'm saying, like you mean mugging the family members, the
Mm-hmm.
chances are, Doc, it ain't gonna work. It's just she gonna be
Right.
like, even if you might be a really good dude,
Mm-hmm.
it just
No,
ain't gonna work, dog. It just
no.
ain't. Selflessness, being willing to put a partner's needs before your own is seen as attractive. We talked about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
She had the house sick. You be like, hey man, you know what? Y'all go ahead, dog. I
Yeah.
got, I got to take care of my lady, dog.
Yeah.
She a little under the weather. I got
And
to
if
handle this tonight, dog.
if the boys can't understand that, then that ain't your crew you need to roll with.
That ain't your boys, doc. That's a fact. I'm just trying to tell you. Last one, dog. Shared interests, having common interests and passions can deepen the bond between partners. Y'all gotta have something in common.
Mm-hmm.
If he like riding bikes and you don't, if you like skating and he don't, and he ain't willing, neither one of y'all willing to bend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good, dog. But she want to have a shared interest. So if y'all, even if you don't like skating, just get out there and act like you can do something, bro. Just
Right.
if you got to hold on to the side of the wall the whole time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna build like laughter and whatever it is y'all can talk about later on in the relationship. But excuse me, if y'all just go display. Well, I tell you what, you can just go skating with your girlfriends, and I
Mm-hmm.
go riding bike with the homies. We'll just meet back up. How y'all building any kind of
Yeah. That ain't gonna work right there.
dog ain't building nothing.
Right.
Before you know it, she be hanging
Escape.
with the girlfriends full time.
It'd be an escape. That's an escape route.
Yeah, dog,
Somebody gonna escape.
for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause she gonna either escape with the girlfriends and meet some skater dudes, or he gonna either escape with the biker dudes and meet some biker girls on that
Yeah,
side.
for
You know
sure,
what I'm saying?
dog.
So that's what it is.
Somebody gonna escape like Harriet Tubman, dog. That's a fact.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can be standing there like, what went wrong?
Yeah.
Dog, everything I put on the list is probably 10, 50, maybe 20 things. You got 5 out of 20, you didn't fail the test, dog. It's just what it is. You got to look at, do it, do an evaluation of
Mm-hmm.
what the women want, and then see if you fit. When you go to on these little dating things,
Mm-hmm.
see if it works. Like if you sit down and you know, and you take it to somewhere you think nice, you think is nice,
Mm-hmm.
and she talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
then that ain't the one for you, dog.
Right.
Just might well just go ahead and just hey, can you bring the check, dog? You just ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work.
Right.
So it just you gotta have like shared interests, all that. But these are some of the things that women really want. So y'all go back, listen to it, and hey, do evaluation now
Mm-hmm.
and see
Yep. At
see if
the end
it's
of the
something you
day,
want to do.
like I said, at the end of the day, man, before we get out of here, you just got to compromise. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Basically,
like compromise with y'all's interests. You know,
basically, you
yeah,
gonna have to because if everybody ain't gonna be 20 out of 20 on
right.
this list,
And see, that's the problem too. Before we get out here, a lot of them they want that 20 for 20. It's
ain't
not
gonna
gonna
work.
be never gonna be 20 for 20. You
Nah,
know what I'm saying? You got to, if you want to put it like that, you got to meet somewhere, get in the middle ground where somebody, they can, like
yeah,
they gonna give you the best deal. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
It ain't
and
gonna be no 20 for 20.
it's definitely not gonna be that, and you will miss out on a good woman
Yep.
if you sit down with this woman and she may have a kid or two,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, she's selfless.
Mm-hmm.
She like a lot of stuff you like. She's
Right.
approachable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all these different things that you might miss out on a good woman. And women, he might have, like you said, maybe 10 or maybe 8. The other ones y'all can compromise on. Like, you know what? Let's just compromise and see how we can
Mm-hmm.
kind of sort of work
Yep.
it out.
It might
But
work out. You might end up some of the stuff that you don't like or might not get down with what he do or she do. When you
yeah,
get together and compromise, you never know. You might start liking it.
absolutely. You might, the shared interest, you
Yeah.
might even never just thought to go skating or
Right.
riding bikes. So if you try, like, you know what? Dang, man, I really like this. It was fun riding bikes, and it was fun watching him fall while we were skating or
Mm-hmm.
her fall. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah,
Yep.
we got to roll out, y'all. Y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for subscribing. We moving up, y'all. Y'all, hey,
Yes, sir. Yes,
hey,
sir.
bro. They really doing their thing. I ain't gonna
Oh
lie
yeah.
to you. I'll talk to you about it off the air, but they doing their thing. We
Okay.
appreciate it. Again, 6 p.m. Man talk, not 6 p.m. Yeah, Man Talk 133 with Charlotte and Daryl, Military Broadcast Radio, mbradio.us. Y'all check us out probably next week, because this
That's right.
week, y'all ain't gonna see this till next week. Till next time, we out.